Do you sometimes feel frustrated with not being able to know your greatest capacity? Do you sometimes feel like you've got this yearning inside of you to be able to express more, or do more, or have more, or be more? It's like you can just feel inside of you this vision, this opportunity, and it's like right there, but you can't actually really access it. So inside of you, you actually have a magical doorway of possibility, and it lies deep inside of you, and you actually have the key to unlock this doorway inside of you, but nobody's probably ever told you how to do that. So what I'm going to do today is share a story with you of how I discovered this magical door inside of me and where inside of me I found the key, okay? So here I am on a mountain face, and I've been climbing for about 3 hours, and I'm about 100 meters up on this mountain, rock climbing, and I'm hanging on the side of the mountain. And I have about 20 more meters to go before I get to the top of the mountain. And I can see up there, my partner is up there. So he's there, he's waiting for me to make this last segment, okay, get through this last part. And I'm standing on a ledge that's about that big. It's just enough for my feet. And I'm holding on to a couple of little crevices. And it's down there, right? And so I'm ready. I'm ready to get to the next spot. So here I go. And I start climbing and finding my way, no problem. And all of a sudden I get to a spot where I can't see where the next holds are. And right now, I'm off of my safe ledge, and I'm on literally a little pebble about this big on one foot, and the other foot's on another little pebble, and I've got my hands like this. And I'm searching for the next spot, and I can't find it. And you know what happens when you're like this for too long? Your body starts giving out. Right? Your muscles start giving out. So I go back down to my ledge. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. I know I can find it. So I go again, and I'm looking for maybe another way. Maybe I missed it, and I'm looking for another way, and I don't see it. So I go that same way, and I get to that same spot. It's gotta be here. My partner is up there. It's gotta be possible, right? But how do I get there? And my muscles are giving out. And I've got to go back down. Now I'm mad. I'm really mad because there's no way I've spent 3 hours climbing all the way up here. I've got this much more to go. I'm mad, I'm frustrated, I'm sad. I feel like I could burst out crying any minute. I'm looking up, I'm looking out. And all of a sudden, something happens to me, and I take a breath, and I close my eyes, and I look in and down inside of my body. And in that moment that I look in and down, and I breathed into my body, I felt this surety. I felt something happen. And so when that something happened, I felt courage, I felt strength that I didn't have before. And I just went. And all of a sudden, I was like Spider-Woman. I literally was like suction cupped me to the side of the mountain, and I flew up the mountain. It was like I had a host of angels pushing me up the mountain, pulling me from the top, and I swear I still to this day don't know how I got up to the top of that mountain. It was a complete blur. It was like there was nothing to hold on to. I just went. So, what I learned now, 3 years after that, I didn't know this at the time. So scientists tell us this is the solar plexus. This is where we have fight or flight, right? This is so tens of thousands of years of running away from lions and bears. and protecting our family and everything happens here. It's called, the mystics call it the hara, or the personal will. But there's another place in our body, right here, that ancient mystics have called the seat of the commanding self. They have also called it divine will, happens here. And what I learned was that as soon as I moved out of personal will, as soon as I moved out of that place, and I breathed it down into here, I all of a sudden accessed super overdrive. It was like a gear I didn't know I had. And I was able to fly up that mountain. So my wish for you is that you learn to use and access this incredible, super amazing inner power system that you have to be able to access the self-confidence that you need when you don't feel like you have it, to be able to access the how to get to your vision when you don't know the how, and to be able to let that go. You can access that right inside of your own body, and it takes practice, but you can do it. My wish for you is that you do, so that you can bring your full, powerful, awakening giant self, that we each have this incredible giant possibility inside of us. It's not out there, it's not out and up, it's down and in. We have that inside of us, and that you bring that to the world and help us, all of us, create a better world, a world full of possibilities, full of brilliant solutions. Let's forget about what's been done before. We talk about there's an emerging new human that's capable here on the planet of creating, or actually supporting us to move out and through the chaos that we see that's happening all over the world. And we can actually birth something new, and that's going to come from each one of us accessing our greatest gifts and our greatest power. Thank you. Yay!